strummed away and left the room in silence. The room applauded the superstar who had been famous ever since that first album topped the country charts, but had gotten even more notoriety recently when she released a pop album that showed nearly no traces of her country roots. Dani had all the woman's songs on her phone, but she had never been able to make it to a show. Her career had always gotten in the way, but she wouldn't ever complain about that, of course. She'd been incredibly blessed in her life. She had sacrificed things, but she would do it all over again if she had to. She was happy in her life. Her parents and younger brother were taken care of. She had enough money to more than support herself. She had Steven, too. She had a good life. She nodded to herself at the thought as she applauded Peyton, who waved and left the stage. "The bartender actually carded me," Steven said when Dani approached him at the bar moments later. "Can you believe that?" he asked without really asking. "You're only 24, Steven. He probably has to check. It's kind of his job," Dani replied. "I got you a white wine." He handed her the glass Dani didn't actually want. She watched him take a sip of his whiskey neat and place the glass on one of the high tables by the bar. He then pulled out his phone and started typing. "It's after 10. Do you think you'll be ready to go soon?" he asked without looking up at her. "The silent auction hasn't even started," Dani replied. "I paid 10 grand for the table, Dani. I think they got enough money out of us tonight." "I wanted to bid, Steven. You gave them that money. I haven't actually donated anything yet." She placed her wineglass on the table next to him. "If you want to go, though, that's fine. I can get a ride home from Jill," she said of her best friend, who joined them for the evening with her husband. "No, it's fine," Steven shrugged. "I just have a ton of work to do." He finally looked up at her then. "Sorry, I'm taking my stress out on you. I shouldn't." Steven was the youngest of 3 brothers, with his oldest one deciding to become a Catholic priest and his middle brother opting for a career in politics. Steven had been left to manage his family's real estate fortune. His father had passed away a few years prior. His mother had always stayed at home. It was all put on Steven's shoulders, and he was only 24 years old. He'd invested much of his trust fund into 2 tech startups that were doing very well, but that left him with 3 businesses that usually needed some kind of response from him. "It's okay," Dani told him with a small smile. "You really can go if you want. Jill and Adam will take me home when I'm ready." "It would be easier if you'd just move in with me, Dani." He slid his phone into his pocket. "Where'd that come from?" "My place is closer to here than your place is," she said. "Right. If you just finally move in with me, it would make things easier. Like, I can't ask Adam and Jill to take you all the way out to my place when your place is so much closer. But I was hoping you'd stay at my place tonight. You're leaving for Hawaii tomorrow, and I'm in Vancouver for the next week." "Oh," she said. "We've talked about this, though." "I know, I get it. We're young, we're busy. I know all that. Dani, we've been together for over 2 years. "I know when our anniversary is, Steven." Dani crossed her arms over her chest. "I'm usually the one that reminds you." "This isn't about that. It's just that, I don't know." He sighed rather loudly. "I feel like I'm always waiting on you, Dani." Steven's phone rang in his pocket, and Dani felt somewhat grateful for a chance to delay this conversation for at least the length of a business call. "Sorry, I have to take this," Steven told her when he glanced at the screen. "Hello?" He took a few steps away from her. "That dress is amazing," a voice said from behind her. Dani didn't want to be presumptuous. There was a great chance that compliment wasn't directed at her. The room was filled with beautiful women in beautiful dresses. This formal affair nearly always drew the highest of the high-end crowd, of which Dani was a member merely because of her relationship with Steven. She likely never would have been invited had he not bought the table each year. Dani turned around anyway, though, on the off chance that the comment had been directed at her. "Whoa," she muttered mainly to herself when she caught sight of Peyton Gloss standing in front of her. "She's right. It's a great color," the woman standing next to Peyton added. "Peyton, white or red?" "Sparkling water," Peyton told her. The woman walked off to join the line at the bar. Dani glanced behind her for a second to see that Steven was still on his phone. "That's Lennox Owen."